maybe, let's say, how about this? You you win a match 6-1 or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Set, yeah.
Sorry, not a match, set. Oof. Their side gets extended just a couple feet farther. Ooh. They just have a little more ground to cover. Now they're really fighting from behind.
I like that. That's tough. That's really hard.
Or you just get to choose one thing. Like they don't get to wear sweatbands anymore.
His hair will get in his eyes the whole time.
What if Nadal can't wear his big thing? Yeah, you get to be like, no, you can't wear that.
Federer just says, yeah, you have to chug a beer and feel bloated for the next whole round.
You have to untie your right shoe right now.
You have to play without your racket for this next set.
Well, that's too much. Because that's really tough to do.
You can't use the ball boy. You can't use the ball boy. You have to go fetch your own balls.
Racket.
You can't do what?
Oh, man. No, they have to play with those old wooden rackets. Yeah. That they used to do. I think we just solved it. I would watch that match.
I think it'd be funnier if it was in hockey. If you get a certain amount of penalties in a match, they're like, all right, dude, you've lost the regular stick. You're going to the old school sticks. Or if a goalie gets a goalie fight, all right, we're putting the old goalie mask on you now.
Yeah, the old goalie or the old goalie pads.
Ooh, they take away a pad for every time you get on the power play. Every penalty, your goalie loses one pad. Just
a pad.
Yeah. Dude, until he's basically not wearing any pads. He's just,
oh my gosh.
He loses his gloves.
At that point, just move out of the net.
Dude, that tennis was awesome though. I loved it. We do need to get some more stars in there. The one thing I had a problem was, I didn't like the ball boys. Just kind of annoy me. They're way too serious. I don't know if the players want them that serious.
You have to be.
I don't like the people holding the umbrella over Djokovic the whole time. I didn't like the scorekeepers in the back with their nice blue shirts on. I get it, it's Wimbledon, so they have to look fancy. I don't like them standing in these really athletic positions and looking like a statue.
You want them chugging a beer?
I kind of just want them to look. I'd rather just have the one scorekeeper on the top.
Making side bets on the game that you can see.
Oh, I did have a funny thing though. Wouldn't it be funny if you just replaced all the Wimbledon fans and put them at Talladega and took all the Talladega fans and put them at Wimbledon? And you just told them enough about the sport so they get it, and they're like, all right, now just act like you would at any other event.
Whatever you want to do from here on out, no rules.
Oh, wow, Tony Stewart's making a pass. Way to go, Tony. Wow, good job. Oh, hell yeah. Nadal, he just kicked that shit out of Federer. That's what I imagine it'd be like.
Okay, yeah. No, that'd definitely be something, huh?
I don't know. I'd get a little worried about the NASCAR fans at Wimbledon. I feel like they'd be like...
Yeah, I think I'd get worried about that, too.
When is that ball boy going to, get in a wreck?
And, yeah, I mean, let's be honest. They have the big fence to keep the car from going into the stands. Kind of keep the fans in the stands as well.
You know what I figured out?
Then you don't have that. They're starring it.
I just figured out that the people that like tennis, they're probably Formula One people. So they probably don't like NASCAR anyway. They're like, NASCAR? That would be better. It's like a joke compared to Formula One.
I don't even know. Is Formula One versus NASCAR, is that a thing?
I feel like it has to be. There's definitely a thing.
Kind of. But they're so different.
They are very different. I think that's why the elitists of each crew, they're like, NASCAR is the best. I bet Formula One has way more elitists.
Oh, yeah.
And then you have IndyCar. I think IndyCar is just the coolest because you just get to drink milk after you win, and I think that's the coolest celebration in the world.
What if you're lactose intolerant?
You can get the other milk.
Soy.
You can get some other milks. Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. That's all I had for tennis. Good day for tennis. Enjoyed the tennis. Big day for him. Big day. Big tournament. Probably won't watch the Aussie Open. Probably won't watch the French Open. Ooh, one thing I do have about tennis. We talked about this already, I think. If we had track runners and you just said, all right, you know how you play tennis? We'll do grass, dirt, clay, and we'll do track. I think it would just completely change the whole thing.
All at the same time?
No. Just every big track event would be different.
I see what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
You know what?
Basically,
that could be
horse
another
racing.
Thing. If you win the set 6-1, you get to choose the surface they play on or the surface you play on.
You have to go back and resod or put clay down.
Yeah, you could just have
4 different courts.
Grass next to clay.
Sure, why not? Ooh, what if they had like a half grass, half clay court?
That's what I'm saying. Well, yeah, you could just move it in. You just have a bunch of people.
I feel like that'd be so dangerous.
That would be insane. That would be awesome.
I was watching
you have Nadal like eke out like a 6-1, and then he's just like, "Oh yeah, we're doing clay the whole time," and it's like, "Oh no, he's got it." Like Nadal has it in the bag.
I don't know. It'd change it all up, but that'd be interesting. I was watching the doubles thing yesterday, and I think they had like a montage of players just getting hit in like the face by tennis balls. It was really strange. I was like, "What is going on?"
Enjoy it?
I don't know if it was like one round of like players just getting like they were just getting hit way more than normal. I had no idea what was going on. But it was ridiculous. I was like, wow, that looked like it really hurt. I don't know why we keep doing this.
That would definitely hurt. I feel like I get hit by a tennis ball one time, and I'd be like, yeah, I'm done with this.
I wish we could have
You know what, though?
We should have a bet.
It's too much running. It's so much running.
Oh, it's a lot of running. But I was saying we should have a bet like for one of our football weeks. The loser has to go to like a tennis tournament, and they have to be a ball boy for like one of the matches.
Oh, I don't think I could do that. I really don't.
You're too tired. You're walking across.
Too old.
You're walking across.
I don't think you'd be a ball boy and have a beard.
No, I think they're kind of older. They're not like too old, but they're not like they're like old. They're not kids.
I don't know. I think they asked you to shave for it, and I'm not doing that.
No, I think the ones we would go to, they probably wouldn't let us be ball boys anyway.
Oh, we're relaxed.
We'd be like one of the nicer ones. All right. That's all I got. No more tennis. Summer League Championships tomorrow. I don't know if anyone cares. No one probably cares.
Well, okay. Hey, I saw R.J. Barrett stepping things up.
I think he struggled, but it doesn't matter if you struggle in Summer League.
But
nothing matters.
Remember, well, I think didn't he have like 20 and 12 in his last game?
I thought he like struggled the whole first time, and everyone's like worried. But
just remember that if your team does well, then that means that your young guys are better than everybody else's young guys.
It doesn't even mean that because you're just playing with all these random guys that aren't even going to be on your G League or your NBA team.
Hold up. If your team does well, it means your young guys are better than other young guys. If your team does poorly, Summer League doesn't matter. Like, who cares about who wins the Summer League? It's all about their
I understand. It's like preseason and getting pumped for preseason. But I always wanted a Summer League championship. That's like that's one of my big dreams. I want to raise the
boxer for you personally.
For everyone. I think that as a basketball purist, you want a Summer League championship. Oh, dude, that'd be so cool if I was like on a Summer League team and we won the championship.
Did Trae Young play last Summer League?
Yeah, he stunk.
Oh, that's right. Because he did carry that into the beginning of the NBA season.
Kinda, but
he picked it up.
He was the best player to probably ever grace the court of basketball for like a whole year, and then he didn't even win the MVP. They didn't even give him an MVP vote, but whatever.
You know, some of those votes I saw, I'm surprised he didn't win an MVP vote. I do want to talk about
the ESPYs.
No.
The NBA award show.
Tennessee Titans.
What did they do?
Mike Vrabel.
Oh, I do want to talk about this. Mike Vrabel. Yeah, I want to talk about this too.
Okay. So, are you aware that Taylor Lewan and Will Compton have a podcast called Bussin' with the Boys?
No.
Okay. They have a podcast called Bussin' with the Boys, which they have started. Will Compton is no longer on the team.
Ooh.
He hasn't gotten a contract yet. He could still get one. He hasn't gotten one yet.
Well, he'll be at the training camp, right?
No, he's not. He's a free agent.
Oh, okay.
It's funny because Mike Vrabel brought that up a lot. I was like, oh wow,
that's kind of mean.
That up a lot, and he was like Taylor Lewan. He's like, you gotta be ready for training camp. Will Compton, you can do whatever you want. You're not gonna be there.
Damn, that's kind of mean. He must not really like him. He's
it was all in good fun.
No, he's probably actually spiteful. He's like, that damn podcast. Mike Vrabel's probably one of those guys. He's like, actually thinks if you're not doing football 100% of the time, you're wasting your time. Vrabel's like, that damn podcast. I have to. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to cut his best friend. He ain't going to do that podcast no more. That's exactly what he's thinking.
No, he actually says how he likes the podcast, and if he didn't like it, he wouldn't be on it. But I will say what's interesting is, because he's actually like a very media savvy guy, and he doesn't say a lot. and he, I think he tries to be similar to Belichick and all that.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember I was listening to it. I didn't know, I was listening to it when it came out, the day it came out. So nothing had nobody had said anything.
You're telling me you listened to it the day that it came out, and we didn't get the scoop first?
Well, I didn't really think of it. Sorry. I'll stay on top of things.
I don't think you were ever going to be able to be that lucky again.
But they said how one of their interns would say he would chop his dick off for a Super Bowl, and they were like, "Would you?" And I remember and then Vrabel was like, "Huh," and I was like, "Oh, he's about to answer this." It's like he's about to answer this. It's like, well, I've been married for about 20 years, and I have kids, so I was like, "Oh wow, he's really answering it." But it's funny because he said in the same podcast, he said how Paul Koharski, who is a Tennessee beat reporter, who's a really garbage Tennessee beat reporter, whatever, he's garbage. He was like, yeah, Koharski's probably going to comb this and just make an article about some random thing posted in here. Koharski did do that, and then it got onto ESPN and got onto, pardon my... was it right? Pardon my take.
We don't talk about other podcasts. Yes.
Sorry. They did it. They did something on it. They just had a bunch of other. So yeah.
Matt.
Good to know my coach will do whatever to win.
What's the furthest you would go for? Would you cut your dick off for Tennessee Titans Super Bowl championship?
I don't think I would.
Yes, you would. Wow.
No, I really don't think I would.
Wow. You heard it here first. Matt would not do whatever it takes to be a Super Bowl champ.
Okay, so,
Would you cut off a
Vrabel
finger?
Has a family, and it's his job.
Would you cut off a finger?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Which finger?
Left hand pinky.
I think the pinky's kind of important.
Well, you know what?
I think the ring finger's the least important.
Ooh. You know what would be really tough about that? I would have to restructure my entire golf shot.
Exactly. So now you wouldn't do it?
Left hand pinky. For a Super Bowl? Yeah.
Alright, would you cut off your hand? Just one hand. You still have the other hand.
No, I don't think I could.
What about an earlobe? Would you cut off your earlobe?
Okay, are we saying if I don't do that, they will never win?
No, I don't know.
Or it's
That's
just
a different
they
debate.
Will 100% definitely win if I do. I do an earlobe.
Okay, fine. What's the biggest body part or the most important body part you would cut off that meant the Titans would win a Super Bowl in your lifetime? And if not, they would never win.
I don't know. It's too hard of a question.
A finger?
It's really...
It's a finger?
100% a finger.
If everyone knew that you were the reason that the Titans wouldn't win a Super Bowl because you wouldn't cut off your hand, would you cut off your hand?
Oh, that would be tough. You get it from both ways, I'd go down as the greatest Titan fan ever.
If you cut off your hand? Or
yeah.
You go as the worst Titan fan of all time.
Yeah.
You could be a pirate. You could be like the mascot. You could have a hook.
I don't think I can be. I think their mascot is pretty set in the Titans name.
You'd be like the super fan though. You'd basically be the mascot.
I guess so.
Dang, so Matt would not cut his dick off, but he would cut his hand off. I think the hand is as far as you would go.
I don't think I'd cut a hand off.
I think the hand would be the farthest I would go because I could live with one hand. A foot would be really tough.
I feel like that's tough.
A foot would be too tough.
What happens when you want to just play catch with your kid and you can't because you only got one hand?
I've seen catchers play with one hand.
Yeah, where they drop it and then but
Yeah, you could do that.
Easy. Major leagues. I'm still trying to get to the NBA over here.
Well, then you're just gonna have to be really good with one hand. Or you could use your other hand. You could still guide the ball. You could use your wrist. Easily. Yeah, you could do that.
All right, I'd have to think about it, but I think I'd go pinky. or a finger.
Would you
I'd
go
a
bald
finger.
for the rest of your life?
Yeah.